All right, let's get this party started. Stand up. Do me a favor. Stand up, everybody. Turn to the person next to you and tell them, you are remarkable. You are amazing. You are groovy. All right, settle down. I'm Ridgely Goldsberry, your MC this morning. So happy to welcome you to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic Live. It's going to be amazing. And I was out on the beach this morning doing my morning prayers at sunrise, and it reminded me of a story. You guys want to hear it? Yes. All right, so I'm in Hawaii. First of all, who likes the beach? Who likes the sun? Anybody do a little snorkeling? How about diving? Anybody any divers in here? So I'm doing a keynote speech in Hawaii. It's a morning thing. It's breakfast. It's over early. I'm back in my hotel room at 10:30 a.m. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do with myself? Maybe there's a dive happening today before I leave tomorrow. I do a little recreational dive. Not that good. I just go down once a year, once every couple of years to see the little fish. Everybody, little corals, pretty. The reef, nice, very beautiful. I look online. There's this big ad. So I call them up. Hey, I'm here just today. I know it's a short notice. Any chance there's a dive happening today? And they're like, where are you? And I gave it to the hotel. Wow, amazing. At 2 o'clock, there's a dive happening off of Waikiki Beach, and that's 2.5 blocks from your hotel. Things are looking good for me so far today. So he said, listen, and not only that, you got a tank, we'll even bring a towel for you. All you need to do is show up. Perfect. I put there, the truck, I see the side, they're unloading the gear, the tanks, and all that kind of thing. And I'm saying, this is looking great. Go over there, introduce myself. Hi, I'm Ridgely, the dive master says hi. He said, let me introduce you to these two guys. They're the guys that organized the dive. There's two German guys. Everything's all organized. Going through the gear, you always go before you go diving. Everybody with me on that? Pretty good idea, right? Yes. And they start to teach signals for under the water. Like, all is good. You guys all good here? Right? And if things are going wrong or there's a problem, so all people that are not here, right? You with me? Just saying. So the guy says, okay, we have 3 ponds. Right out there, there's a beautiful reef. There's another one. And then he turns to the two German guys and he says, hey, you guys want to see a shark? The German guy's like, yeah, shark, sehr gut. We can see a shark and we can go tell friend homes, yeah, sehr good shark. He looks at me and he says, Ridgely, do you like to see a shark? And I'm like, not really. I can come to see sharks. I like little fishies, little coral, stuff like that. I don't want to see a shark. But I'm a dude, right? So what comes out of my mouth? Yeah, shark, man. That'd be awesome. Sure. No problem. Now, I don't know about you, but I was terrified of sharks. And with good reason. Anybody here see Jaws? Meg? Right? Nah. The shark eats a half a boat of Boy Scouts in one bite. You guys with me? I have a perfectly clear understanding of the relationships between people and sharks. Shark, food. You guys with me? Yeah. So he says, okay, we're going to go out and swim along the surface about 300 yards out, and then we'll drop down, and there's a cave down there, and the shark sleeps in the cave. He's there almost every day. So if we're lucky, he'll be there. Don't worry, he's very friendly. And I'm thinking, maybe today he's not there. That'd be good with me. He says, you two German guys, you guys swim together. You guys go together. We always go in pairs in case the equipment fails. And Ridgely, you go with me. I'm like, okay, feel a little bit better about this. I'm with the dive master now. Maybe I get a little protection. So out we go. We're getting close to where the dive site is. Dive master looks over. Ready? And I'm thinking, no, but what do I do? Sure, I'm good, right? So we start to go down under the water, and I'm sticking to this guy like white on rice. I'm thinking to myself, if the shark comes out, I got a 50-50 shot. He's going to eat him first. So down we go. We're about 15 feet down. The guy told us it's about 35 feet. And all of a sudden, he starts to signal that I go first. No, I didn't really want to go first. Now we're upside down right here. Fins, here's the head, and we're going down slowly like this. And he's signaling, you go first. And I'm trying to figure out how to say to him underwater, I don't want to go first. And I'm feeling like, oh, I'm looking like an idiot. And these German guys are right behind me saying, what is wrong with this guy? So finally, here I go. And I'm going down slowly. And there I see is a cave. And it's huge. It's a big cave down there. And I go a little bit further, and there's the opening of the cave. Go a little bit further, and my head gets into the opening of the cave. And there's the shark. But it wasn't like a little friendly, small shark. It was like 15 feet long. But what the bonehead of this dive master didn't tell us is that sharks sleep with their eyes open. So all of a sudden, I'm face to face, eyeball to eyeball with a shark and these giant teeth. And immediately, what happens? Panic. So I bolt up to the surface, which, by the way, if you're a diver, is really stupid and really dangerous and really a bad idea. But I didn't really care. I'm out of there. And they say that Jesus is the only man to ever walk on water. But I'm going to tell you, I'm close. Now, what's the key point here? The key point is we all have sharks where? In our mind. We all have these fears, future events already real. I knew the shark was going to eat me. I knew he was. And it didn't matter that this dive master said, oh, don't worry, he's friendly. You'll be fine. It had been ingrained over a long period of time. Shark food. I mean, I ate a lot of sushi in my life. I'm thinking shark comes out, manchi, right? There's a lot of dangerous possibilities here. We all have these fears. What are some common fears that some of us may have walked in here with? That fear of technology? Maybe I'm not smart enough. Fear of failure? Fear of looking bad? Anybody got some other ones? Any fear of success even? Sure, of course. And what are we going to do here over the course of the next 3 days? We're going to bring some light onto these fears. We're going to open our minds up to possibilities. We're going to listen to new information, and with that new information, we can take new actions. Everybody with me on this? Yeah, that's the whole point of showing up here with this amazing, incredible lineup of people that we have to share their knowledge, their information, their data with all of us. We can walk out of here, all fears gone, all hesitations gone, take massive action, and have a completely different life moving forward. Good, anybody in here? Yes. All right, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get this started right away. I want to introduce you to the two gentlemen who are responsible for putting all of this together. So can we stand up for a second and give them the welcome that they deserve? Talking about Mike and Mike, that would be Filsaime and Mike Long, the founders of GrooveKon, Monetize Traffic Live. Here they come, legends, Mike and Mike.
Sure. Quickly. Quick. It's not back. All right. Can you guys hear me? All right, we know we have a little bit of an audio problem. We're moving the receiver closer. It's going to stop the popping, and we're going to put our receiver on the front instead of the back, and we'll have no issues. All right, welcome to GrooveKon. I'm here today with Mike Long and Ridgely, our MC. We have a packed schedule today. Today's going to be the heaviest schedule we have. The event goes until 7 p.m. tonight. Mike's going to let you know. Mike, I put over here a little card to help you talk about that. In just a minute, he's going to let you know about and what you can expect. I've been blessed to be in this industry now for 20 years. It's finally at the point now where I'm having many of you walking up to me just before I'm getting on stage, a half hour ago, yesterday at dinner, everybody talking about Groove or butterfly marketing or something from OMG, where they started out in one place in life and they're making $300,000 a year or $500,000 a month or whatever the case is. What we're going to find out today is all of these people here are regular people just like you. We didn't bring the speakers of speakers. We brought you some underground people. We didn't bring you the professionals that are going to be, there'll be a couple, maybe 4 offers over 3 days. But instead of 6 speakers a day, you're not going to be getting hit over the head with 18 different presentations telling you to buy now at the end of the day. Our speakers are not professional speakers. They're professional money earners. We have Mohammadi. If you stand up, Mohammadi.
Mohammadi.
Mohammadi is going to be coming on this week. Mohammadi is from Africa. Phone's on vibrate. Thanks, everybody. Mohammadi is from Africa. He's from a large family, as they do sometimes in other parts of the world. They save the money up and they send the oldest over to this country. He came to this country not speaking a word of English. He worked in a shoe store. He worked in the inventory department in the basement, never saw the light of day. And he knew everything about the inventory. And one day, all of the salespeople called in sick and they had no choice but to tell him, can you come help us sell shoes? Well, since he knew all of the inventory, he became not only the #1 salesperson there, but he also said, I can help you with the SEO. And then from there, just 4 years later, Mohammadi is working, living in Brickell, Miami, in an apartment building that's way too expensive for me. And he's making well over $50,000 a month. I hope you guys are excited to learn from him. These are the types of speakers that we're bringing you today and this weekend. It's going to be very, very exciting. Just a couple of house cleaning things, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mike to tell you the rest of today's schedule. We have a little room right outside here where we're gathering testimonials and case studies. Testimonials for GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic Live, and also for Groove. If you can, just go up there. There's a QR code. Take a picture of it, and then it'll pick up time for you that works for you either today, Thursday, or Friday. You'll sit in there, and you'll get to be on the front of groove.cm, and we'll have your name and your website there. You'll be getting free traffic for life. All we do is we ask that you tell a little story about what it is to be a Groove member. Other than that, quick little plug for GroovePay. The girls outside are Samantha and Biljana. If you have any questions about merchant processing, they're here to help you. Groove is now the fastest growing merchant processor in our industry.
Very awesome.
Wow, even the computers are excited about that. Yeah, and we just did a launch for Mark Ling. He needed a merchant account. Within 2 days, we got him a merchant account, and they processed $6 million in 11 days.
Amazing.
Without any issues. They got all their money.
Amazing.
If you're not processing with Groove, you will find trouble on the day that you least expect it. I promise you. When you do everything that these people in the room tell you to do, and the day that you should be celebrating, ask Angie Norris. Angie, where are you? Angie Norris, our first webinar with Angie Norris.
Angie.
She'll be speaking as well. Angie did everything right except she didn't use GroovePay. And then she was able to get on Groove Digital Presents. I don't know what we did, but I think it was about $150,000 in an hour.
Amazing.
And the other company kept all of her money for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. So the girls in the back, outside the room, can help you with that. Now, I want to have Mike Long. These are many of his friends and speakers. Today's focus is going to be on SEO. And Mike is, and OMG, and Mike Long and Dave Mills, who's not here with us today, are the most respected guys in the SEO community and the SEM community. And he's brought all the gangsters that he knows about SEO, and he's going to tell you all about them right now. Mike Long, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Packed room here. This feels great. I'm going to do quick video. I like doing quick videos. So I got just kind of commemorate this moment. I'm up here. It's Machine Gun Mike. I'm here with Ridgely. Let's spin this around. Hey, everybody. How you feeling? You guys fired up? You ready to go? You don't sound very fired up. Are you really fired up? Let's get fired up. Yeah! Let's do it, guys.
All right.
All right. I'll post that in the Facebook group. We have a wonderful Facebook group for everybody here. It's at omgmachines.com/FB. Anybody here can join it. Feel free to post, tell about your experiences. Hey, where's this going on? I didn't understand this. That Facebook group is for you. Mohammadi created it. Thanks once again, Mohammadi. Mohammadi also created, if you go to mtl.chat, very easy, 8 characters, mtl.chat. When you enter, this is something else that Mohammadi created for us. He's like the young African Jack Ma, right? He's so smart. He created an app just for you, just for this event specially. You can find it at mtl.chat. And at that app, you just enter in your phone number, and that's going to put you into a news feed. And any of the speakers, they all have access to that news feed. And when the event breaks up, when we're done after 7 tonight or after 6 tomorrow, whatever, and we've wrapped up, if you want to know where Mohammadi is, where Matt Lights is, where Mike Filsaime is, where Ridgely is, where your speakers are, we're going to tell you, because one of the things, we did an event similar to this, a small test of this event in July. And one of the biggest things, people loved the event, but they're like, man, I wanted even more of the speakers. I wanted it to be even more organized. So Mohammadi, that was Mohammadi's first event he ever spoke at. He took it, upon himself. How long did it take you to make this app, Mohammadi? 3 or 4 weeks he did this for you. So it's gonna be a wonderful app. We've really built this, for you to be able to gather. These speakers are not above you. They're not better than you in any way, shape, or form. They are. Mike said it well. They're not pro speakers. They're incredible people. I was thinking about a quick way to tell the difference between me and Mike. I always call Mike Filsaime Machine Gun Mike because he's like the Terminator when it comes to software. And you can just call me Money Mike. Maybe that's a little easier for you. But anyways, let me talk to you, like Mike said, about a number of the speakers that we have now. Coming up in just a few short minutes, you're going to meet Jason Calori. Jason, are you in the? He may just be outside yet. He's in the back. There. Jason Calori. Who here has already been touched? Jason is one of the top, the number 1, number 2, and number 3 top Groove affiliates are all here today. I'm not going to tell you who's number 1, but Jason's one of them. Who here has been touched by Jason Calori, gotten advice from him, seen a webinar, gotten help? Yeah. So if you look around, you can see Jason's really been not just a very successful person online, but he's really paid it forward to the Groove community. He's a huge believer in Groove, has really pushed the technology forward. A lot of people don't know that Groove is one of the premier platforms for search engine optimization, for appearing high in Google and DuckDuckGo and getting organized, powerful, free traffic. Now, I'm not talking about the paid listings. I'm talking about the free listings. Jason made over $1 million in the last month selling e-commerce through Google. How does that? And it's on GrooveKon. How many people find that impressive? I find it impressive. So nobody. No, I'm just joking. Everybody. No, it's amazing. He's also one of Groove's top affiliates. He's so well-rounded, and he's gonna electrify you. Jason is joining forces with Donovan Gamble. Donovan, are you here? Could you raise your hand? I can't see anything from up here, by the way. Yep, he's way in the back. So Donovan built a website with his brother Donnie a couple years back. They got it up to where it was making some money, and they actually sold it for $400,000. Does that sound good to anybody? $400,000, yeah. But then they were like, man, should we have sold that site? So they made another site. They made it this year, and it's making $3,000 a day in profit from commissions, all from free traffic from the search engines. Do y'all want to hear from these guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so those are your first 2 speakers, and they actually have multiple presentations, at this event, throughout the event. But their first one is going to be at 10 a.m. We're excited for these guys. Next is someone you may have heard of, Machine Gun Mike. Mike is a master of paid advertising and paid funnels. We're not exclusively going to focus on free traffic. It's going to be one of the things that we really muscle you up on. But there's others. I mean, Mike has built a massive.
Today's first presentation that I'm doing 2 this week. The first presentation I'm doing today is on direct response offers. It's great to be able to get traffic. I think there's many things that I can sit on stage to talk about that I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I know it enough to sit on stage. If they're going to talk social media or if they're going to talk about TikTok, I could be there. They could pass the microphone to me. I can talk a little bit about it. When it comes to direct response marketing and funnels, I'm the person that every single legendary marketer calls and they say, take a look at my funnel, and I'll say,
yep,
hey, you did a good job. Here's how you can fix it. I'm going to be doing a
presentation. It goes back to 2005,
today.
By the way.
Yeah. I'll be doing a presentation today on direct response marketing, and I think tomorrow or Friday, I think it's Friday, I'm doing a presentation on YouTube advertising, which is something we're exploding in our company. Going to tell you everything we've learned, and we're going to, when I show you YouTube advertising, you're going to say, Facebook, what? I'm going to show you how YouTube can affordably get you in front of any single customer that you want. So those will be my 2 presentations.
Beautiful presentation. Amazing. Machine Gun Mike. Machine Gun Mike.
Thank you.
All right. The next presentation is highly complex. Basically, it's with Greg Morrison and Dan Anton. They're multi-million-dollar guys. Greg did $150,000 in commissions last month. Dan's got 2 6-figure per month agencies. One wasn't enough. He's like, oh man, it's like 2 shoes. You got to have 2 shoes. They're going to have a tremendous presentation on really organizing and helping you understand how step-by-step the actual fulfillment of SEO is going to be. And Greg, how many people here are Groove affiliates? I'm a Groove affiliate. I love being a Groove affiliate. How many people would love a huge blue ocean of free traffic for selling Groove and helping people in the whole internet marketing world? Would you like to have a treasure trove of keywords? We're gonna have that for you from Greg and from Dan. That's gonna be exciting. Now they are remote. Dan got caught in travel restrictions. We do have 1 speaker that made it from Bulgaria. We have 1 speaker that made it from Portugal. But we went 2 out of 3. We have a recorded presentation with him. I'll be kind of stitching it together with Michael Tessalona. It's going to be awesome. So you're going to love that. That is going to be at 12. At 2:30, I mentioned we had somebody that was in from Portugal. That's Megan Lee. Megan's 71 years young. She started very much like you. 5 years ago, she was at an event very much like this, actually in Orlando. She couldn't spell SEO. She didn't know what it was or what it was about. Today, she's lives in like the Santa Monica of Portugal. She's retired, but we got her out of retirement to come here and teach you about how to set up your page for free to just soak in traffic from Google. Does that sound good to you from Megan Lee, who's retired? I think that's going to be really cool. We have a lot of girl power at this event. The first day is stacked up with the boys, but we have lots and lots of ladies coming for you tomorrow. I actually spent a whole hour with Alicia and Angie the night before the event. It's going to be unbelievable. At 3:15, we're bringing the heavy hitters back in. Jason, Chloe, and Jonathan are going to come in. They have 2 different organized speeches for today, and then they have 1 more tomorrow on being 6 inches from gold. Today, we're going to get into e-commerce, and we're going to get into affiliate marketing. Sound good from those guys? Yeah. Okay. So that's Jonathan and Jason again. Next is Matt Lights. Okay, so Matt Lights.
My favorite presentation of the weekend is Matt.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to hold on to your heart. Matt Lights right now is doing multiple 7 figures per month with Grant Cardone.
He's Grant Cardone's Facebook Messenger automation dude.
And he's on rev share with Grant. I mean, this is a very, very big deal. This is not, Grant doesn't work with anybody.
And Matt's not a professional speaker. So to be able to get the guy that knows the secrets behind Grant Cardone's,
he built the secret.
He built it. Yeah, and he's going to be sharing that with you. And he also has another surprise for you that he's built. I don't know if we're going to let him
Matt Lights
that out for you.
I actually, just so you know how important this is, Chris Spellman, who also has a treat for you. Chris Spellman drove last night to Kissimmee, 50 miles away, to buy these 2 beautiful projectors because we wanted to make sure you were going to be able to say exact crystal clarity what Matt is showing you and what your speakers are showing you.
Say hi to Matt. There
we got Matt Lights. We got Matty Lights. Matt Lights. Matt and I were preparing until about midnight last night. Matt is going to electrify you. You're going to see him several times this weekend. Then at 5 p.m., we've already introduced him, Mohammadi, just a wonderful, wonderful person who wants to really take that powerful Groove platform. I started saying this. Groove is such a powerful platform for SEO, for search engine optimization. There are other competitors, I'm not going to say their names, Rick Lunnels or like whatever, just different stuff that's out there that you cannot rank it. It would cost so much to rank one of those sites, and even then it would just be very frail and very weak. Even before Mike and I joined forces on working on Groove, from an SEO standpoint, Mike already had it so wonderfully organized, so fast. We realized right away as we looked at it, we were like, Mike, you're sitting on an SEO gold mine. And Mike was like, well, hey, come and help me mine it. So I've been working behind the scenes with the team of Groove. They've worked so hard to just improve and improve and improve. And it's quickly becoming the premier SEO platform as a website builder. Well, we got Mohammadi here. Mohammadi's a master of Groove. Do you want Mohammadi to help you get that website out of the way? To build your agency site, to build your e-commerce site, to build your affiliate site? You want to help? So give Mohammadi a hand. Mohammadi, get it out of the way for us. Right. And then we'll wrap up. With me. I'm going to help you fully take advantage because you've gotten so much today by 6 p.m. Your brain's going to be full, but hang with me for one more hour. I'm going to both review some of what the key points of this event today. And I'm also going to help you your mind get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a huge day. It's going to be fast and furious. As one rest in peace talk show great used to say, you're going to have to listen fast because we are going to teach you so much here, the home audience as well. I'm going to give you one piece of advice from David Mills. I'm going to say this again and again throughout the weekend. I was going to play a video from Bob Proctor and me. I'll get that ready by 6. I've got several videos from Bob Proctor. Does anyone here like Bob Proctor? Want to hear? Yes. Anyone want to hear what Bob Proctor? Anyone want to know why Bob Proctor has again and again made me and David Mills his highest lifetime recommendations? Anyone want to know?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it. Here's my piece of advice. It's 2 pieces of advice, but they work together so well. Please write this down. Win, and you can draw an arrow, and above the arrow, I had this up, but I can't. I'm just going to describe to you. So you got win, and then an arrow. Above the arrow is and then, win and then, and the other side of the arrow is attack, right? So win, attack, arrow. You win, and then you attack, right? And then you make your moves. All right, that's a little cryptic right now, but I'll get into it more. The second piece of advice is likewise, namely this. In life, you build or you beg, and that's life. The standard strategy that we're taught in school, we beg for grades, we beg for a job, we beg to keep our job or for a pay raise, we beg for a little bit of time off. Beg, 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 beg. Or you build something of great value. I'm going to show you how to ignore the competition. I'm going to show you how to be incredibly bored by the concept of competition because you're so busy focused on doing what Mike has done with Groove, what all of these incredible speakers have done. You are going to focus on building value for your market and taking good care. Who likes the idea of getting filthy, stinking rich by helping people a whole lot?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to tell you one more thing before I go. I'm going to bring a sneak peek from tomorrow during the Greg Morrison, Dan Anton presentation. I'm going to bring Michael Tessalona up with me. Michael, are you already here? Michael may be preparing. Michael, are you here? Not here yet. Okay. Michael has a case study. I was just telling this originally about this. I was telling Mike Filsaime about this just the days leading up to this event that you're going to see, and I'm going to share with you. When we talk win-win-win, if Michael was able to help a customer make an extra $10,000 a month, does that sound pretty good? That's pretty good, right? An HVAC repairman, do you think that he could use or she could use that extra 10 grand a month? Raise your hand. Does that sound good? Yeah. Well, what if it was 100,000 a month though? What if he gave them, just so much traffic from Google and Google My Business and people were just calling him and they got up to $100,000 a month? Now, would you raise your hand for that? Would you raise your hand for that? Would you stand for 100,000? I mean, well then stand for 100,000. Last month, in 1 month. All right, I fooled you. He didn't do that. It was $1 million. $1 million. This is going to be the craziest event. We've worked so hard behind the scenes. If you saw all the Skype groups and chat messages back and forth, blood, sweat, and tears. We're here today. Machine Gun Mike, thanks for doing this.
All right, thank you very much, Mike Long. All right, so folks, we did our best to make this an incredible experience for you. We are running behind. I'm going to get off stage, but before I do, let's give it up for the guy that can't introduce himself, our MC Ridgely, please. Thank you very much.
Explorer Ridgely. On the last webinar, how many people saw the preparation webinars? Did several people did? On the last preparation webinar we did, I had this great graphic. We'll put it up here of Explorer Ridgely, because Ridgely, he's from a different world. He's shared the stage with Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor, done products with him, Brian Tracy, you name it. But I think you found a different world here. As you've gotten to know some of these speakers, you've gotten to know Mohammadi and Jason, and you've done so many preparation webinars.
You can go.
And I think we're getting, Mike. Machine Gun Mike, hot Mike.
I'll keep the door
Hot
open.
Mike has got a hot mic outside. Good thing you didn't say anything bad, right?
Yeah.
Just say.
So I had this vision in my head as I saw Ridgely, who's really a legend in his own right, as he was meeting these guys and gals and working so hard behind the scenes with us to prepare for this event. You had such a gleam in your eye and such an excitement about it. And you were telling me actually just a little while ago that it's almost like the first time you pick up Think and Grow Rich or go to your first event, because we're showing people that world, that self-help world, has so much richness in terms of paradigm shifts and things that people can do. But here we're going to get our grubby under our fingernails. We ready to type and click some mouses too and make millions of dollars along with the self-help?
That's right.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So we've got a man who I've got a graphic for this. I'll show it to you. Explorer Ridgely. Like we're so fortunate to have somebody with who's such a powerhouse in his own right in another world, but so humble to come into our world. See the similarities, right? There's a lot of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also distinctions. And Ridgely, I think Ridgely's a lot like a lot of you. Who here has studied and prepared and worked hard? I mean, I think everybody. Really? You guys all haven't? I mean, I don't have very good sight, but I mean, okay. We've all read Think and Grow Rich. Have we all read Think and Grow Rich? Right. It was the first, And like we've been through a journey, and yet we're uncovering this world. We're coming into the city of gold, and we've got Explorer Ridgely. So let me let Ridge take advantage of things, and then we're going to wrap up and begin at 10 a.m. in about 20 minutes.
Right.
With gentlemen Jason Calori and Jonathan Gamble.
All right, guys. So we got a short little break here. Just use the restroom really quickly. But let me just ask you a question. Anybody know what SEO stands for? No, Sleep Engine Organization. Because when you have lots of traffic, you can sleep at night really, really well. You get your optimized while you're sleeping. Is everybody with me on this? Who likes to make money when they're sleeping? Okay, exactly. So for the search engine optimization, short break. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Cool with everybody? Let's do it. All right, guys. Thanks so much.
What? We'll see.
No, I'm saying it's just I can't control the electronics. I'm present.
Sorry, you have a little fuzzy, or a little thing. Oh no, it's nothing you did. It's the.
I don't think so. Ready, bro?
All right. It'll shake out eventually.
Ready,
It's
my
no big
brother?
deal. No big deal. You'll find it like randomly.
Get out of here. Get out. We have to get together more often, my man. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Tell me I did good. No,
Great.
I'm just
I
joking.
missed part of it.
Perfect.
What's that?
I missed part of it.
Well, it's going to be great. this is really important. First of all, let me remind everybody, MTL Chat, that's the app that Mohammadi created for us. Check it out. omgmachines.com/Facebook's our FB, right? FB. That's where we can go. Make sure you go there. Check it out. And let's not forget, win and then what? Attack. That's right. Build or we're going to build. That's what we're going to do. So anybody here know what a fretzel is? I just learned that one of the guys is about to come up here in first grade started taking Fritos and putting pretzels inside of the Frito and called them fretzels and sold them to people. Do we like entrepreneurial spirit around here? We like that, right? Unbelievable. The other gentleman that you're about to hear from, 10 years ago, knew absolutely nothing, was just getting started. Both of these gentlemen are in the business of helping other people make lots of money. Is that interesting to you? Would you be part of the other people? Exactly, right? Both of them 10 years ago were beginners, like many of us in the room, and today are making millions of dollars super successfully, and they're here to share their wisdom with all of you. In fact, I learned that it is the first time they have ever been on a stage live. Give them some love. Come on, yo. That's not so easy. And maybe what touched me even more personally, it is also the first time that both of these gentlemen have ever left their kids to come and do an event. So they left their family to be here with you, to share their knowledge all about SEO, what you can do to have search engine optimization working for you. Please help me welcome to the stage Jason Calori and Donathan Gamble. Come on, gentlemen. Rock stars on the way. So what's it look like out there? They're all friendly, right?
Yeah.
Looks good.
You guys all good?
We're all
Ready
good.
to roll?
We're
Well,
all
let's
good.
get started. Go.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Yeah. Good. So this is our first time, so we may make a couple mistakes, but it's okay. Mistakes you learn from, and then hopefully one day you turn it into some money. Right?
So 3 months ago, we had the first Monetizing Traffic Live. Donathan and I we observed really, we're looking for sticky points people were hitting, and we spent the last 3 months preparing for these 3 days. We want to start off with a presentation about Black Friday and e-commerce. Even if you're not in e-commerce, if you don't have a product or anything, you're gonna see you have applications to do this for other people or jump in, now's the time. So we say you're 6 inches from gold with e-commerce right now. So first we have a question though, so we can get a sense where you guys are. Who here has a plan for making money on Black Friday? Great. And then out of the people that have a plan, like who thinks their plan is going to work like 100%? Or maybe like you want some more tips? Great. So we're going to help you prepare today. This presentation is all about getting you prepared and giving you what we use every year. First of all, we have this slide right here, David Mills' money getting formula. This was the main thing I wanted to share after seeing the first Monetizing Traffic Live. David Mills formula. So we use this all the time when we're building new businesses or troubleshooting. So there's product, traffic, and conversion. You need a product, you need to be able to put it in front of somebody, and they need to make a decision to purchase it. So we're always looking at that, and you'll see that throughout our presentations. This slide right here, so Black Friday, it's a couple of years ago. My wife, Ashley, who's in the back, she makes these sales thermometers. At the top of this one says $300,000. This is a truck part business we own. We do over $1 million a month with it. And so a couple days into the event this year, we noticed, we exceeded our goal. So we went outside and we just burned our sales thermometer and made a new one. So I want you guys to be as excited as we get. We really rally everybody around in our teams and our customers, these events. So this is somebody who attended a previous workshop. His name's Danny Moss. So this works in the United States. It works elsewhere too, Latin America, Australia. Danny Moss is in Australia. It said day one, so he's talking about Black Friday. He said, don't be hesitant to try different audiences, products, creatives. It's the lowest risk weekend of the year. People are itching to spend money. So what do you think, Jonathan? Like, what do you think about Black Friday? I mean, it's in terms of opportunity, like beginners, or if somebody has an existing business.
Yeah, I would say no matter what industry you're in, no matter what product you're selling, you could take advantage of Black Friday. It's one of the only times of the year where people are expecting to spend money, where people are excited to spend money. People will wait in line 24 hours for a new PlayStation to spend money. Yeah. So why not put something in front of them for them to give their money to you?
So just in the United States, there's $9 billion. So this is just the day of Black Friday. There's a whole Cyber Week. It lasts about 7 to 10 days. Sales happen over the whole month too. But just the one day last year was $9 billion. It's 20% bigger than the previous year. In the whole world, $62 billion just in that one day. And again, a 30% increase over the previous year. So even though COVID came, sales actually went up. And we know why. It's because what you're just talking about. So big box stores used to pack everybody in. They'd pack products in, pack people in, and then they couldn't do that anymore. So people went on their phones. So brick and mortar, people walking around buying dropped about 50%, and sales went up online. So, but it's not just Amazon, it's like everybody. Every product category heats up. So whatever you're selling, there's a Black Friday opportunity.
Yeah, and this year is going to be a little different because there's a lot of supply chain issues. So the media itself is putting in a lot of natural scarcity. So people are ready to spend more than they normally would because they want to make sure that they have the things that they want for the holidays, for Christmas, deals, whatever it may be. So this is going to be an interesting Black Friday where, people are ready to spend more than they traditionally would, where people are expecting discounts.
Instead of looking at prices going up, seeing it from kind of a buyer's perspective, if you're selling, it's really, really important to acknowledge you can charge more. So like what Jonathan was saying. So how do we prepare for Black Friday? Because you just saw what happens during Black Friday, but how do we prepare? Well, what we do is we take what we call Groove wrappers, they're Groove pages, and we combine them with Mike Long's reverse death grip method. So there's really 3 steps. We prepare a special offer, which we'll show you how to do. We set up a Groove pages wrapper page, and then we send out communications and drive everybody to the wrapper page. So we have a checklist. We call this our reverse death grip checklist. We need to get 4 things in order. We need to get a theme, which is Black Friday. We need to get an offer, which we'll cover next. A special offer, so something special for Black Friday, and then a schedule. We recommend starting the day before Thanksgiving, so right before everybody goes home. Start your sale then, so you get people's attention, and then end on Cyber Monday. It's always proven to be a really good schedule and get the most sales. And then creatives, we need to get a wrapper page ready, emails if you have an email list, social media, and we also get images ready too. So Jonathan, could you kind of describe special offers? I mean, really, really important. There's kind of a downside if you do it wrong, and then we'll show them like advantageous offers too. But
Yep. So there's typically 3 ways that you structure a Black Friday offer. The first is you discount, right? So you can make your products less expensive or appear to be less expensive to people. The second is you can create bundles. So, taking one product, partnering it with another product, and increasing the overall value that somebody has. And then the third way is just to offer a bonus. So if you buy X amount of dollars worth of product, or if you buy this package, they're going to give you something extra, right? Something extra that makes the customer feel like it's an exclusive deal, or they're going to get more value than they're paying for.
Yeah, so typically people will, by default, just want to discount and like slash prices, and you kind of give money away. We see a lot of that during Black Friday. You can do that, but if you can get into bonuses, kind of the third column, you can have profitable offers that are special, and you actually have more profit than usual. So we really recommend in this third column trying to build those kind of offers. You can mix and match too. Some people get stuck with special offers because they just don't, take a snapshot of this, have this kind of sitting in front of them. So if you start with a blank slate, it's really difficult. But with this, it's really easy. So Also, the thresholds can be really important to get people to spend more by saying like, spend $100, get $20 off. So that works really well.
And the other thing is when you're creating offers and deals, and this is throughout the year, is you're training your customers, right? So if you are always focused on just discounting and discounting and discounting, your customers mentally are always expecting a discount, right? If you're creating more value for them, meaning increasing the price and increasing the uniqueness of the offer, then they become to expect that. And then you can put scarcity around that if you decide to, but they're willing to spend more money, and you set the bar higher for your customers. So when they come in to buy, they're not looking for the cheapest product that they can, right? They're now looking at, hey, how can I spend more with this company? So that's important, and we learned that the hard way, just discounting products, because you do train your customers. And I know Black Friday is like one day out of the year, but the choices you make on Black Friday can impact how customers interact with your business for the rest of the year.
So let's look at these things we call wrapper pages, because this is kind of our hub where all our traffic's going. It's also why we prepare in a particular way. So this is a wrapper page. So on the left, you can see kind of the whole view of the page, the group page. It's just a one-page group page. And then on the right, you can see kind of the zoomed in fold, like everything that people see right when they land on the page. So in the folds, most important part, it's where people are, you're getting all the attention, right? Everything below that's just gonna support it. So testimonials, bonuses, information about the product, stuff like that. So if we look over on the right-hand side, you can see CBD summer sale. So these are the 4 points. There's the theme. This was a summer sale for a CBD brand. The offer text goes right below that, and then there's a timer to reinforce natural scarcity. And then more offer details below that and a buy button. Is there anything you'd like to add, Jonathan? This is Michael Lando Spears. So he used that page, and afterwards he said, hey, Jason, so according to Klaviyo, we did approximately $2,000 in our own brand sales, which is nice considering we never used it for anything. So this is kind of typical. People have customer lists, and they never market to them. So you can just kind of be sitting. This is why we say 6 inches from gold. You're not only 3 weeks away from Black Friday, but you could be sitting on top of a customer list like Michael, and it's just money. Like he can just do this over and over again, do Black Friday, do an event next month over and over and over again. What do you think?
Yeah, and so the importance of this is there's probably a lot of people who are like, well, I sell SEO products, I sell marketing, right? There's nothing that, I'm not selling a physical product to sell to somebody, so I shouldn't do Black Friday. But that's like the wrong mentality to have, right? Because people are expecting to spend money at this time of year. People budget all year long to spend money. So why wouldn't you offer your customers additional value during this time of the year? If that's a link bundle, whatever it may be, customers are ready to buy, right? They're expecting Black Friday offers. They're expecting Black Friday deals. So even if you're selling marketing, there's things you could sell to your customers during Black Friday, the same as the big box retailers do.
Yeah, everything, you can sell anything. You can also launch new products too during Black Friday. You don't just have to put the stuff you already sell on a sale. You can launch a whole new product. People have a lot of attention on buying right now. So this is a wrapper page Ksenia made. So Eric Brief's wife, same structure. So you see everything above the fold, similar structure. We've got the theme right at the top. She did a birthday sale, the offer. So you can see it's a different offer. She's asking people to buy more, save more. That's how these offers work. And then a button, and then a timer right below that to reinforce the natural scarcity again. As it ticks down, we sent traffic to it, and sales will heat up as time starts running out. And then she also had some other stuff below it, like information about the product. Yeah, you can even put videos on these pages too. So this is the results Ksenia got from that page. She said to everybody, the group page is live. The sale I'm running has produced more sales in the past 24 hours than in the last 7 months. So this is a really, really, really fast way to make money if you build it the way we show you, because you're leveraging your customer list most of the time. And she said part of it's the deal itself. So it's not just one thing. Part of it's the deal itself and the campaign surrounding it. And Groove's made it really awesome to work with. So Is there anything you'd like to add, Donton? We've got a video share right after this.
Yep.
Cool. So we wanted to kind of take you guys inside of our Groove account because we've shared these concepts with you, but really going inside of there will help you guys see how this is applicable inside of Groove and how we build in the GroovePage platform. So should we dim the lights or should I just play the video? Or
Just play it.
Just play it? Cool. So this is about 6 or 7 minutes. Oh, whoops.
Well, there was a video.
See right here.
I guess you guys have to act it out now.
Sure. Does anybody have any questions while we get this figured out? Sure.
When did you start?
When did I start e-commerce? I started it, so first I got into affiliate marketing, and I was selling other people's products, so I built websites, and that's how affiliate marketing works. You send the customer over to somebody else, and then I wanted to own that. I wanted to own the whole kind of full circuit and customer experience, so I got into e-commerce shortly after, probably 7 years ago, so somewhere in there.
And then I got into e-commerce in 2017. So
Cool.
within our first 12 months, we did the
Yeah.
2 Comma Club, which was cool.
Sure.
For those of us who don't know exactly what e-commerce is, can you explain that? Or
Yep. So what is e-commerce? It's just where you're selling physical product through the internet. So the lines kind of blurred between local and e-commerce with the pandemic, because when people were told to shut their doors, front doors, the local businesses that could adapt, basically what they were doing is taking orders online. And even though their front door was closed, they could still take orders on the phone. And so, yeah, it's kind of blurring. Online ordering is very important right now. Yep.
Can you define what a wrapper page is? Is it the whole page captured in one shot?
Yep, it's basically those 4 points we showed on a page that explains what your sale is. So your special offer, the deadline, that's what the wrapper page is.
What was the main thing?
Let me use this mic, guys, so everybody can hear the question. Grab this.
What was the main thing that you had to implement or learn when transitioning from affiliate to e-commerce?
That's a good question. So it was really about the customer experience, because with affiliate, you have a tendency to kind of get the sale over to the affiliate and then stop right there. With e-commerce, it's looking at the whole experience past that. So what happens with fulfillment, automation, getting reviews, bringing customers back. That's how we uncovered sales events. So they're the most effective way to bring people back. They work for Black Friday, work all throughout the year. Industries have hooks for sales events too. Could be something in March that an industry does. Could be St. Patrick's Day. There's sales events going on all the time. Right after Black Friday, you can do events in December, New Year's, all sorts of stuff.
I think the other thing is how to scale. That's probably like one of the main areas people fail, is they try to scale too fast. They don't understand like the supply, or they try to go wide and keep just adding on additional products and thinking that's gonna work for the business. And a lot of times it just adds overhead, and it gets harder and harder to fulfill. The other thing I would say is like selecting what products, like you learn shipping liquids, you learn, shipping hard items, you learn shipping through different like UPS and all that. So it's more the logistics that can with e-commerce. And if you're not careful, you can overextend yourself very fast. So I would say understand like the customer life cycle and understand how you make additional revenue from that customer. Like if you don't understand that in the beginning, it's like you're leading yourself to fail, because you have to be able to make more money from that customer. Because most people on the front end are not going to be profitable with e-commerce. right? Like your second, your third, your fourth sale is really where you're going to make your money. So understanding like customer life cycle is important with e-commerce.
One more question and we'll get back to the presentation.
When you said that you started with marketing, you moved into your own products or your own brand. If you can go back in time, will you start your own brand from scratch, or will you do it again and do again?
Would I start from scratch, or would I take a different route? Is that kind of explain?
Start with your own product, or would you start from scratch, do affiliate marketing, do it again?
Oh, I see. I probably wouldn't do it any other way, because affiliate marketing teaches you to kind of connect the whole circuit, product traffic conversion. You have to be responsible for the whole thing. You have to be able to go get traffic. We like getting traffic from Google. You have to understand how to convert an affiliate offer, pick a good offer, one that's going to pay really well. So that is really great because it kind of gives you the experience before you go into e-commerce. It also eliminates having to handle things with e-commerce like what Don was talking about, picking out good next products, not getting too many SKUs, getting too heavy, costs and things. So I'd probably do it the same way.
All right, guys, you want to jump back in?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to finish this question. So in our presentation, our second presentation today, that question will actually be answered. And how we would structure it now, knowing both sides, we're going to go over that in the presentation later today.
So thanks all you Groovesters for training these two rookies up here on the stage when we had a technical breakdown. I appreciate you. Very welcome.
Is it working?
Just playing. Yeah, how do I get it to play, Mike? Oh. No audio.
What you're looking at right here, I can't really zoom in anymore, but this does about $2,000, just over $1,000 in sales from this store. And the method that was made with last year was using sales events. I call them pre-sales events. I take Mike Long's reverse death grip method and combine it with Groove, and this is how we do it. So this is a store owner. He owns a local shop, and he wanted to do it again this year. The method that we're actually using, so Groovy sales events, death grip events, plus these Groove pages. I'll just jump right into the step-by-step since I'll explain with you guys and explain this concept. So first, we got to plan the event, and we've got that right here. So plans for are fairly simple looking, but very, very powerful. So Black Friday is the theme. The offer is going to be where the customer, so last year, Mark, who owns this store, he wanted to this year make more profit per sale because he knows, like Jonathan said, people are spending more money, like costs are going up, people are spending more money, prices are higher. So why not have customers come in and spend more than they're used to spending, because they will. And even with a strong credit, we have with the business too, with those customers. The schedule is going to be right before Black Friday and then ends on Cyber Monday. And that's the plan. We've got some things to, communicate the event, like we call a wrapper page, which we'll build in Groove, emails, and banner images, which we'll look at. So let's pop that close. So the first step is the wrapper page. So let's jump into Groove. This is his Groove website, montcanamade.com. This is the front end of the website where his customers go. There's actually a page right here. Let me show it to you. It's a hidden page in the editor for Black Friday. So I wanted to show you guys how we copy that and kind of how we move this event along. So we'll just copy the template. We'll go to clone. Okay, let's go pages. We'll open up this. And I'm just going to update it to the new year. So I'll just come in here and edit the settings. So we'll call this Black Friday 2021. The URL. See if there's, in the page title too. Do this mostly so we know which page it is too. That looks good. Check. All right, and I'm going to edit the year here. The deal, so we're going to want to open up the offer, and we're going to drop in buy more, save more will be our text right here. It kind of looks funky if that's open. That looks pretty good. This graphic We'll talk about that in a minute, but this will communicate the deal with more clarity like it is in the stock right here. We'll have the right there since there's room over here. The end date, we can edit that though. So we'll go here, configure. It ends on the 29th. Let's pick that out. And update. There we go. So the date's already running down, and then we'll update this since this is from last year. Great. And so if you were editing this page for your brand, you just edit the logo, of course, and customize all this stuff. This goes to his home store, his store page home, like the homepage of a site right here. So that could be your store, it could be a phone number link. We'll talk about the graphic in a minute, but this looks pretty good now. He's got a video right here of him. It's kind of neat. He's like walking through his growery or whatever they call it. And then this is just some store information. So I'll just publish this. Oops, publish. And what I'm wanting to get is the link. So let's grab that. There we go. Now we got this 2021 page. We'll update the image. Let me play that video just so you can kind of see what he's doing. He's kind of a funny guy, and he has a lot of character to his business too. So kind of pops out and greets people, which is kind of neat. Okay, so let's grab this link. So that's all we had to edit on the page. You can see now it just looks current, and of course we'll update that image. But who's he going to mail? I told him, Mike Long actually has this idea for his game store. He would write down emails on it's not low tech, but on a notepad next to his register. I gave Mark the same advice. He gathered up over 100 emails using that method. Took him about a month or two. And those are who he's going to mail. These are people that came into the store. So we've got this email right here. It just says, hi, it's Mark. He's kicking off his Black Friday sale. This link right here is actually going to be our page group. This is our wrapper page. So we'll paste that in. Click OK. He's introducing what he carries. You can come check out new swag that they have, merchandise. And then his phone number is always great for local because even for e-commerce too, sometimes people just want to talk on the phone. They have a question, they want to order over the phone. Can be good if you can pull it off. Subject line, he's just announcing his Black Friday starting. For sender, sometimes I just use the first name of the owner, but you can do this. You can say at Montana. This just also reminds people, if they don't remember who you are, what your brand is. You could also have it like this, where you just say at. So it's just a little shorter if I put the at symbol there. This will show up as the sender name. So it's branded. So they'll see a branded Market Montana mailing them about Black Friday, and they've been in the store. So they should connect pretty well. We can schedule this email. Go next. I kind of have a zoomed in view so you guys can see everything a little easier. And then this one, we're actually going to schedule right for the start of the event, which we'll send on the 24th. It's good to send an email right at the start of the event, and especially at the end of the event. We also mail during the event too. Right in the morning is a good time, so probably like 8 a.m. And then that's it. So we can hit schedule on that, and I get that squared away. I wanted to talk though about, before we jump ahead, this image, because this image is pretty important. How do we get those images? Because we've got, an image like this looks semi-custom. We even have stuff that looks more custom, like this, which I made for Michael and Eric from PM Now. It has a testimonial on it. So you can get a template like this. We have templates if we just want to do a generic Black Friday. But what I really recommend is just ordering a graphic. Typically only a couple dollars, $5, $10 for a graphic like this. And you need to send the right information to the designer. So take the text from the plan, the title event, Black Friday Montana, buy more, save more, and then a call to action. You can even have a variation. We like having a variation of creatives when we order them, and then tell the designer what size. This dimension is kind of what you're seeing here. This like landscape view, long view. Square also works pretty well too with email, and but if you're editing for this template, you're going to want this dimension right here. So that's about it for the setup. You can also always remember, if you have Google My Business, if you're a local business, This is one of Mark's businesses. I just want to show you. If you come in here under posts, and go to offers, you can post any kind of offer. You put your graphic right there and just put the same text, and then you put end dates and stuff in here too. So there's lots and lots of ways to distribute your sale event once you've got your wrapper page set up. And yeah, now Jonathan and I, so we're going to end this video, and then Jonathan and I are going to talk more about what you just saw and kind of extrapolate and what's going on and what's happening next. So that's it for the video.
Doing
$1,000. Hello?
No? Okay, so we'll yell a little bit louder. So what Jason was saying is that dispensary was only making a couple $1,000s a month in profit after the employees and everybody was paid. So I know sometimes it's really cool to come to these events and you're hearing like $1 million, $100 million, right? But from one day, that guy was able to make an extra $2,200, which is very impactful to his business, right? Because he wasn't making that much money to begin with. So to make an extra $2,200 and maybe he profits $1,500 off that or whatever it may be, without doing any additional marketing or anything like that. So I think sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the big numbers, but it's also important to understand how those numbers impact the bottom line of your business and what you're actually putting into your pocket. That's all I want to say about that.
Yep. So main takeaways, people are spending more. So we said that earlier. That means you can charge more. So don't be afraid to charge more with your services right now. Custom images, we really like using those. They can make the page just look even more professional, more clear and exciting. And we just followed the plan. So you plan your event like we showed you, build a wrapper page, and then send out communications through email, Facebook, Google My Business if it's local. Lots of different ways you can distribute communications and drive traffic to your wrapper page. So is there anything you'd like to add, Jonathan, before we have another example. So we said the lines are blurred between local and e-commerce. Now we're going to show you like a non-local example using Groove e-commerce. So.
Hey guys, it's Jason and Jonathan again. We want to share this e-commerce Black Friday example and kind of build with you on the screen. So we've got this special offers worksheet on the screen. There's all sorts of special offers that you can build. You can do discounts, bundles, bonuses, dollars off, percentages off. But we've found something that's really powerful. Jonathan, could you explain what did we find, especially with this project? We'll show them the offer in a minute. But when we just do discount and we do percentages off, we run into kind of like a whole mess with that, right? Selling the product for less than it usually is.
Yeah, so what we found in the past when we run specials where we're discounting the product or we're doing like an extreme markdown, that is your customers expect that to happen often. And so a lot of times what will happen is you'll get this flux in buying patterns because customers are always waiting for you to discount your product. And so instead of discounting your product, there's ways around that, either bundling the product, adding digital to your physical products or vice versa, can incrementally increase the value that your product has, but you don't have to discount the price to do so.
Yep, and you thought of something too. Let me open up the offer with a threshold, which is like people buying more and then they're going to end up spending more when you have an offer that's built like that. So we've got this kind of quick write-up for a Black Friday event for this oil clip that we'll show you in a minute. So it's Black Friday is the theme. The offer, you're going to buy 3 clips. They'll buy 3 of the products, and then they'll get a bonus, which is falling into 2 categories, the threshold and this free gift thing you see right here. So we're combining mix and match with offers and get creative and get a lot of leverage out of them when you do this. And Don thought of this offer, which I think is genius. And then we'll go from the 24th to 29th, wrapper page, and then we cut emails and images. So we're going to show you building that up. And let me jump over to Groove. So this is the funnel in Groove. Here's the regular page. Let me show you that so you can see the comparison. It looks like this. And then let's jump over to the Black Friday one that's got a wrapper, because you can put these Black Friday wrappers on things. So we put one on this funnel, and let me go up to the top. So the top looks the same, right? This looks the same, but then there's this section right here, which presents the offer. If they buy 3 of these, they'll get this gift, this bonus, and it's actually quite valuable. So I wanted to show, how do we, I've got some copy in here, but let me drop the image in, kind of finish it up. I already uploaded it, it's right here. Let's update. Great, and then let's update the timer so that it's going to end on the 29th. Let's give that a second. Okay, great. There's the timer. The great thing about this page too is we can just kind of set it up. We don't have to present it to any customers yet, but the timer and everything's running, which is awesome. So Jonathan, you had this idea of the, this next thing, which I think is really, really smart. This right here. So this is the thank you page. So you just saw the purchase page. They're gonna place an order, come through the funnel, and this is where they land. Could you explain like what this is? Let me open up the preview so people kind of see what it looks like live.
Yeah, Jason. So it's the methodology behind even selling 3, right? Like why sell 3 the same item? Obviously you can buy them for your friends who are also essential oil lovers.
Mm-hmm.
But why is this important to us, right, as a business owner? And so I wanted to find a way for people to not only share with their friends, but also for us to get additional information or contact information from other people that may have not necessarily bought from us. And so after somebody buys 3, which hopefully they're buying for their essential oil friends, they're going to come to the page right here, which is get their free copy of the book because they hit the bonus. And then they're also going to get 2 emails of their friends that we can also send that bonus to. So now, one purchase, we now have 3 people that hopefully align with our audience that we're trying to market affiliate offers to later on or sell additional products to.
Yep, so it's like our one e-commerce customer turns into multiples, and it's just automatically happening through the design of this funnel and the way the offer was structured. Yeah, this is great. We're not only having a more profitable Black Friday offer, but it's an exponential one. So this is awesome, and you guys just saw building of it, and I think that's it for this video.
Great. So main takeaways, focus on profitable special offers, not just special offers. So you can do that through bundling, adding digital products. They're really great. Instant fulfillment that cuts down on you adding more SKUs to your business. And thresholds, asking people to spend more at different levels. Leveraging scarcity. Natural scarcity is very powerful. Put the words Black Friday on the page. Use a timer. Put the date on there. You can send announcements as you're counting down your event with other communications. And then asking for referrals in your funnel. Most people wait to ask for referrals or it's an afterthought. So why not ask your customers like right on the thank you page? What do you think, Jonathan?
I think that it's important, like if you've already got customers and you're not trying to sell them additional things, you're losing a lot of money, right? Because like you've already done the hard work of acquiring the customer. So if you are not trying to sell that customer anything additional, whether it's your products or someone else's products, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities because those people are going to buy anyway, right? If somebody buys SEO from you, for you to think that they're not looking at other areas of opportunity, whether it's courses or whatever it may be, if you're not offering that to those people, they're spending the money anyway. They've already entrusted you and gave you their money. Why wouldn't they would rather buy from a trusted source, right? Like you're their trusted source, you're their advisor, you're the person that they look to for guidance. Like they're going to listen to what you have to say. And there's a lot of opportunities there to make additional money instead of just sitting on it and somebody else getting it from you. Because as soon as somebody else earns their trust and, they show them greener grass a lot of times, they're going to take that customer from you. And I see it happen a lot. In every industry, whether it's physical products, whether it's marketing, it doesn't matter. Somebody is always calling on their customer to show them the world. And if that customer believes them because you're not continuing to add value to that customer, they're going to leave you. They're going to leave you. So you have to figure out a way to add additional value And a lot of times you can do that by making money at the same time and selling additional products to them. Yes.
I just wanted to throw in that I'm sitting right next to a customer of mine. And so with what you just said, I just leaned over and said, what else would you like to buy from me? And she just told me what she wants to buy from me. So that just worked right now.
No, but where we got that from is, so we had an essential oil business and we were not completing the customer's experience, right? Like we would be one dimensional. We're going to sell this customer this one product and we're really good at selling that customer that product, and that's it. And not thinking about what can we offer to give this customer more utility of that product, right? And that's when like digital products like we just saw got created, because if somebody's buying something, I want to make sure they're getting the full usage out of it, right? And then if they're getting the full usage out of it, the likelihood of them buying additional things from me increases greatly. So that's my whole like method behind that, is you want to continue to provide value. Just because you made the sale to your customer doesn't mean you stop. It's just like a relationship with your partner or your friend, right? Like you want to keep adding value to that relationship, or else the person is going to find value somewhere else. So that's the main takeaway that I got from this Black Friday, regardless of what business you're in, is find additional value to offer to the people that you already sold, because you already did the hard work. It's easy work to sell them again.
Yeah, and just communicating with your customers regularly too keeps them kind of on the top of their mind. So that's it. I think we've got a couple minutes left. I don't know if I have time for questions, but
I don't even have time. This time's not right. How much
Yeah, the
time do
time.
we have? We have no time. No time.
So,
Thank you guys. We'll be back.
I think first time, that was pretty amazing, right? We give them a little more love. Okay. So they will be back, which is awesome. Now, one of the things we want to really do here, we have so much information coming your way all day long. Frequent breaks are important. So we're going to take a break here for about 10 minutes. Be back in your seat. Let me ask you a question. Anybody know what a funnel is? Yeah, it's one of those plastic things you put on top of a bottle so you don't spill stuff everywhere, right? Well, we're going to learn what a real funnel is from the absolute funnel master coming up. So be back in your seats if you can in about 12 minutes. Cool? Good? Awesome. Thank you.
I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groove stew, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me to I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groove student, yes I am. You groove, I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me. The buzz boost and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams. Bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groovelicious. Who knows who I am? 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Gotta let it go. Rise up and be bold. There's magic in the air. I feel it everywhere. I've got my groove on. Who knows who I am? 'Cause now is the time to have a groove state of mind. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Time to bust the move. Dance to your own beat. The groove where life is oh so sweet. Groove has got my back. Groove is there for me. There's magic in my mind. I'm grooving all the time. Groove, 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 groove. I'm grooving. 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 I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving.
exciting news. We have the event of the year, and you're invited.
It's called GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic, and we're going to tell you all about it. Hi, it's Mike Filsaime, CEO of Groove and co-founder with Captain Lou with the Marketers Cruise. I'm actually at the Hilton in Cocoa Beach, Florida, where we're going to be setting sail from the Marketers Cruise. But I wanted to shoot a quick little video to let you know that anybody coming on the Marketers Cruise gets to come to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic absolutely free. It's at the same hotel. The cruise sets sail on Saturday, and the event is on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I shot a short video with Mike Long that talks a little bit more about GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic and about this great experience that you'll have when you come early for the cruise to this hotel. So please take a look at it, and remember, everybody that comes on the Marketers Cruise gets a free ticket to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic. So here's Mike and I to tell you a little bit more about it. All right, so we want to invite you to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic. It's on November 3rd, 4th, and 5th in Cocoa Beach, Florida, just 45 minutes away from Orlando, Florida. So the first thing you're probably asking is, what is GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic? Well, Mike's going to tell us about the vision of Monetized Traffic Live.
You know, the vision, and I'm so excited we're doing this event, is for you to get transformed. From the moment you sign up for your ticket and you get your golden ticket, you're going to start feeling a change because you're going to be coming to an event that's really like nothing that you've been at before. It's something that we've worked extremely hard behind the scenes. In many ways, Mike and I have worked on this for over a year and a half with the people that are going to be coming and presenting at this event, and it's going to be extraordinary.
What we're most excited about is what we're actually going to be teaching and what you're going to be taking away from GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic. We have a big focus on traffic and monetizing it in the aspects of free traffic and paid traffic. But we're also catering to digital marketing agencies, e-commerce marketers, affiliate marketing, and digital marketers. The event is structured around rock stars and superstars. The event educators are known as rock stars, and you and every attendee are known as a superstar. To learn more about the rock stars that you're going to be learning from, just scroll down on this page and you'll learn more about them.
So speaking of you're the superstars of this event. The networking is going to be extraordinary. Of course, our underground rock stars, the ones that are going to be speaking and educating you, they're going to be amongst you, but you're going to look to your left, you're going to look to your right, and you're going to meet somebody very special who's going to help you on your journey of transformation.
That's right. We're going to have over 750 rock stars and superstars at this event. The hotel that we picked out is designed specifically for different breakout rooms, networking rooms, cocktail events, indoor, outdoor, tiki party, cocktail parties, you name it. This is the place to be. Let's face it, we've been in lockdown now for over 18 months, and this is one of the first events, and we picked the right location. Cocoa Beach, Florida, just 45 minutes out of Orlando. 750 people are going to be coming from all different parts of the world, all different types of e-commerce marketers, digital marketers, agencies, and we're going to have an actual Comic-Con style experience with posters, merchandise, different vendors and booths. We're going to be getting you dog tags here. We even have these little dog tags. Mike's wearing one right now. Wait till you see the experience that we have for you. The hotel that we picked out has been recently renovated. We're right on the beach here in Cocoa Beach, Florida. There's a pool, there's a tiki bar, there's a gorgeous breakfast buffet, and there's a bar for networking at night. We know what it takes to put on a great event, and this is one event you don't want to miss. And the networking is just the tip of the iceberg. But let's face it, what you want to know is what's in it for me. When I invest to come to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic, what are we going to walk away with?
You're going to get transformed. Mike and I, we came from humble backgrounds. Internet marketing, monetizing traffic changed our lives, and we wanted to bring that to you. When you walk away from this event, in fact, halfway through the event, you're going to be pinching yourself saying, what if I didn't come to this event? It's going to be extraordinary.
Some of the footage that you're seeing right now and where we're sitting right now, we're actually here in Cocoa Beach at the Hilton. We scouted the hotel and we came in today to sign the contract. And what you're seeing right now is the actual room where the event is going to be. And we also have all of these exciting breakout rooms as well. We're going to have a convention style booth set up for many different vendors for you to learn about ways to accelerate your business. Speaking of networking, we do the Marketers Cruise. And this is the 15th annual Marketers Cruise. And we're setting sail right from here in Cape Canaveral, Florida, which is just 10 minutes away from Cocoa Beach. So what that means is there's going to be 400 people from the Marketers Cruise also here at this hotel attending this event. Some of the attendees from the Marketers Cruise are also legendary. So it's like having a double networking event. And if you're one of the people that are going on the Marketers Cruise, well, you're going to be able to come to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic, which is on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And Saturday morning, you'll wake up and set sail on a cruise ship.
So that's it. We want to formally invite you to come to Cocoa Beach, Florida, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and get transformed with GrooveKon Presents Monetizing Traffic.
That's right. Remember, consider bringing your family. We're only 45 minutes away from Orlando. This is a destination event. And consider bringing your business partners too. Everybody is welcome to GrooveKon Presents Monetized Traffic. We'll see you there.
See you there.
I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groovester, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving.
just not work. Just not work. You're going to spend $500 and make $480 because you're good. But when you're great, you completely dominate your market. So Dan Kennedy, who knows Dan Kennedy, by the way? All right, awesome. We got some smart people in the room if you guys know who Dan Kennedy is. Dan Kennedy says it's not the best expert who wins. This one's going to be very painful. We're ready? Need to switch? It's not the best expert who wins. I'll help you. It's the best marketer of the expertise who's known as the best expert. Let that sink in. That's going to be a little painful. Check. Michael, the switch?
Yay!
Oh, thank you. Luck, Mike? Any luck? All right, we're just going to wait a minute. Okay. On, you hear me? No? For 1 second. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to use this for now. You got it. All right, so it's the best marketer of the expertise who's known as the best expert. Let me break that down for you. Who here is a passion project expert, an infopreneur? You're teaching somebody some type of expertise. Raise your hands high for me, right? You'll have some type of video that says, if you want to learn this, enter your name and email address, and I'm going to send you the secrets, right? All right, so if it's not the best expert who wins, it's the best marketer of the expertise. Tell me if you've ever had this feeling that you're seeing somebody that's doing what you do and they're more successful in the industry, but they're not as good as you, right? And you're saying this person is teaching wrong information. Like that's not what, those aren't even facts what they're saying. And you almost feel bad that people are learning from that person, all right? Look at that bottom line there that it says it's the best marketer of the expertise who's known as the best expert, right? We've got to become better marketers on top of being the expert. We need both, all right? All right, this we have some resources I'm going to get for everybody here. If you want to take a quick little photo of that, I'm going to just, while I run through these are some of the most important books that I've ever read. I'll run through some of them for you. The first one is One to Many. The Secrets to Webinar Success. That's written by Jason Fladlin. You can buy that. Everything here you can buy on Amazon. That book is a $1,997 course put into a $15 book. It's called One to Many. Next, Words That Sell. The highlighted ones, obviously, and the ones I'm going to pick up for you right now. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Robert Cialdini, if you've ever heard of the words authority, social proof, liking, urgency, scarcity, and reciprocity. You've heard those words before in marketing. They all came from the book Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. In fact, Jeff Walker, anybody ever heard of Jeff Walker? Right, the product launch formula? His entire product launch formula is based on Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. And Jeff brought that book into our industry. I remember when I was in the car business, I didn't even know they were teaching us every one of these different things. We went through every one of these things when we did a presentation. And then later, when Jeff Walker was teaching all of this stuff, I said, he stole this from the car business. and then when I had the revelation, oh my God, my training came from this book. This stuff is very, very powerful. The interesting thing about this is Robert Cialdini was a professor that wrote this book originally. I think you see there it says revised edition. Very first edition was to teach consumers how to beware of marketers, right? It's all been removed from the book now because he's now one of the highest paid consultants to marketers, right? He realized that his audience was actually marketers. Next here, it says the No BS Direct Market, the Ultimate No Holds Barred book. That's by Dan Kennedy. Anybody ever read that book, the No BS Book of Marketing? You guys can get that. Another $15 book that you can get. Dan Kennedy talks about there'll be no ads that are for branding, and if you can't measure it, you don't advertise it. And, one of the first chapters in the book is where he says everybody he's ever met says this is not for me. I understand this works in your business and in your business, but it won't work in my business. And by the time you go through that book, your mind is going to completely light up and understand where you're going to be successful. All right, I'm going to move on here. Funnel templates are the death of the direct response. GrooveFunnels, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, anything out there is responsible for the death of direct response marketing. Templates force you to fill in the blanks and maybe leaving out the response. Okay? Okay. Say that again. Funnel templates, they force you to fill in the blanks and they maybe leave out the fundamentals of direct response. All right. So remember, we're talking about the difference between good to great. Here is the bottom of a template from ClickFunnels or GrooveFunnels. And what do you see there? You have a big one-click upsell button, and then it says, no, thank you, I don't want this amazing offer. Now, because we haven't been schooled in direct response marketing, we understand that they don't know what your product is. So they can't write the negative claim that needs to go there. So we need to have a checklist that I have that I still have, that I'm going to go over with you, that tells you every single thing that you need to do on every single funnel, every single page needs to have these things that take you from good to great. So this is good. This here is great. All right. So the no thanks. I'm going to walk over here to read that. No thanks. I do not like lifetime deals. I like paying things forever. I realize the only other option is to pay $299 per month. I'll speak loud. Or $3,500 a month, other software companies can duct tape it all together. I understand when I pass on this option, it will never be made to me again. When I realize I love this service, I will be totally happy to pay you $299 a month. I don't like lifetime deals. I like paying things forever. Try to click that button. Okay. Who here's a lifetime customer for Groove? Right. All right. Here you go. So you see the difference between this? That's your funnel template. And because when I started, we didn't have GrooveFunnels and ClickFunnels and Lead Pages. So I started out with a blank Microsoft front page is what I used. And it's blank. So the only thing I had were those books, and they told me these are the things that have to be done. You're going to use templates. You're good, but not be great. We have to learn the fundamentals of direct response. You have a template. You know what it says with the headline? It says insert headline here. You know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have the pre-headline and the sub-headline. Or the side over here gives you 3 bullets. Guess how many bullet points you put in because it has 3. You're like, okay, I guess I need to come up with 3 bullets. No, you need to come up with as many bullets as necessary to go over all of the proper features. The funnel templates from Groove, ClickFunnels, everything is hurting you. It's hurting you. It's getting you good. Yeah, you know, my conversions were good. I just couldn't get that product off the ground. We haven't read Triggers by Joe Sugarman and the Robert Collier letter book and the books by Dan Kennedy and all these people. And we have to become marketers. I don't know if my dad is in the room. I think he is. Dad, stand up. Lionel Filsaime, there he is. He won't stand. So my dad used to say to me all the time, you need to inspect what you expect. You need to inspect what you expect. That means, I remember John Chimella, he was a general manager in the car dealership. When he started in the car business, his father made him a porter. And from a porter, he became a lot person. Then he worked in the prep department, the parts department, service department. He worked in every department of the dealership because he knew when he owned a dealership, he needed to be able to inspect what he expects. You can't fool me. I know it all. And when it comes to having an agency work for you or anything, I've worked with a lot of agencies, and it's good to be able to call out BS when you hear it. Or know that, hey, some of the people you have on your team are not talented. Because you don't want to find out you spent a lot of money only to find out that those people aren't legends of direct response marketing. Here's another example. Kind of get it, all right? So these people here, Rich Sheffer, myself, Frank Kern, Russell Brunson, Mike Long, Ryan Dice, Perry Belcher, Jeff Walker. You know what they all have in common? They learned from these 2 people, Dan Kennedy and Gary Halbert. I've asked you if you've heard of Dan Kennedy. Who's heard of Gary Halbert? Raise your hand. All right. Believe it or not, Dan Kennedy was an intern for Gary Halbert. He learned everything from Gary Halbert. You can learn from Gary Halbert. He has a book called The Boron Letters. He was in Boron prison, and it was letters that he wrote to his son. Fascinating about direct response marketing. And you could also go to the Gary Halbert letter and see all of these letters that he used to pay people for that are now free. And he basically created this industry. The direct response goes right back to Gary Halbert. And you know why these guys were so good? It's because they didn't have the ability to send email at no cost like we do. What did the email do? The open rates weren't that good. If Gary Halbert had a campaign, he had to put, 19-cent stamp on there. So if a campaign didn't go well, he lost $50,000. So when you were testing with a stamp, you had to know everything. So they created split testing. And you know how they did split tests? They would tell you, send to department A4. Well, A4 was this headline. Department D4 was this picture or no picture or whatever the case. So if you've ever seen them telling you to send to a department, that was their way of split testing which ad you saw on television and things like that before the internet, right? Before they had cookies and all these different things. All right. So I know that might be a little hard to see for some in the back there. What do you guys see there? What'd you say? I think you said song, right? But you see what it says there. This is not a song, right? The lyrics to Tiny Dancer. It's just the lyrics, okay? Then when the person who wrote it, I think his name is Bernie Taupin, when he worked in conjunction with Elton John, and Elton John sat down to a piano. I don't know if you saw the movie. It was a pretty fantastic movie when he wrote the song. But it became a song when music was put next to it. So let me talk to you about that in copywriting, all right? This is copy. This is not copywriting. I'm going to say this again because this is really important. This is copy that you're seeing right here. This is not copywriting. What I mean by this is if any of you are working with a copywriter, their job is to dump you this. And when you take that and you send that out into an email, you've literally just dumped copy into an email or onto your landing page. But that's not copywriting. This is copywriting. See the difference? Right? Understanding when you write copy, we have to understand the use of different fonts, font colors, ellipses, highlighting, and underline. And I like to write these things before I go into a template, even from Groove. Groove is going to keep you in a box. And it's going to say, like I said before, the 3 bullet points or whatever in the format. And what's going to happen is your copywriter or even you is going to get all the copy and you're going to try to fit it into this landing page. Or you're going to have this really long landing page and your copywriter is only going to give you this much. So let me tell you what that is and how you can understand it. You've got 3 things going on. You've got, and sometimes you're the closet warrior. I know, just 2 years ago, I was a person that did this, every single thing in this company. When I started out, it was just me, Matt Serralta, and John Cornetta, and they're going to be here in a few hours as well. And I had to do the copy, the video sales letter. If you remember that first video, are you not happy with your website, landing page, or marketing funnel builder? No? Well, neither are we. I had to write that, record it, produce it, all those different things. But at the same time, I was a one-man band. So what I want you to understand, as you start to break these things apart, you have the person that does the funnels, you have the person that does the mechanics and put the Google Analytics on the page, you have the person that's writing the copy, and then the person that's marrying that. So here's what I want you to picture what that process is. That's like getting some legendary songwriters. I'm talking Eric Clapton and George Harrison and Elton John, and then saying, you go in that room and you write the lyrics, you write the bass in that other room, you do the drums, but you go over there, and you go in the other room and you write the piano, and they all come together. You think that's going to sound like a song? No. It's going to be horrible, right? It's not going to go together. That's how marketing is done by many people. They have the copywriter working without understanding what's the purpose of this funnel. This landing page doesn't need all that copy, right? But we need to get together with the designer, and sometimes that's you, but you have to get this has to be cohesive. I saw these things happen in my company. I saw our copywriter sometimes dump a page and a half worth of copy that was supposed to be for a webinar registration page. We had too much copy. And so the designer, David Fernandez and Lucius, who are here, I don't think they're in the room right now. They all raise their hands. I think they're outside doing the interviews. They would take all that copy and then dump it onto the registration page 3 hours before we go live, and I would look at it and say, what in the world is going on? Because somebody was writing the music over here and writing the lyrics over here. So you're working on your, guys, if we could put all our phones on vibrate, please, that would be really appreciative, thanks. If we have, even for you, when you start working with other people, because sometimes you're gonna be working with your advertising agency, you have to get together like a band that's writing music together. And you have to make sure that you understand this is the landing page idea that we have in mind. I like to do, and what I recommend you do is, there's a reason why we call it copy, because we're literally copying other people. We look at other successful campaigns. There's a reason why we call it swipe emails, is because people used to tear ads and swipe people's ads. And today it's just called swipe and copy. Literally copywriting is finding other things and copying them and doing that. So what you do is you want to look at other presentations that are doing very, very well. Webinar registration pages. If you see me doing something well, or Russell Brunson or Frank Kern, it's a great place to start. Sometimes they're split testing, so you don't know if you're swiping their losers, right? But generally, if you're seeing something that you could get with your team and say, I want a page that looks like that. Well, now that we know the page that looks like that, we know how the copy should fall in, and we could write copy for the page, right? Just like we write lyrics for the song, all right? Copy and layout fundamentals. These are the must-have items in visual communications. Anytime I do a headline, we put it in quotes. And when you're in Groove, you know that little slider that makes your font bigger and smaller? And then you can do it for different devices. I always like my headline to form a pyramid, meaning the text goes like this, line 2 would be like this, and line 3 would be like that. I literally want to funnel the eyes down just like this. I don't like when the second line goes over here, and then I add a word and it starts looking crazy. I'll lower the font a little bit onto the page. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, right? But you want to dial that font in so that the headline looks good. And sometimes you say, you know what, I want to write also end lifestyle, right? You're just putting the word end lifestyle. And now your beautiful headline just got messed up. It went on to a third line. Dial that font down or make it a little bit bigger. Use it as a slider. And then in Groove, do that for the vertical laptop, the iPad, the iPhone. You have to go into each device and see how that's looking. Next, a big thing that I just see being used all the times is pre-headlines and sub-headlines, right? Anytime I'm writing something, I'm going to have the main headline, and I like that to be like 4 to 6 letters, 4 to 6 words. That's it. It's something that we're screaming at you, like double your traffic, right? That's my headlines are normally like that. Then I put what most of us consider headlines as a pre-headline and a sub-headline. And that's where you would get, finally, you'll be able to double your traffic without, all that different type of headline formula. And then I'll put a headline underneath that to tell a little bit more of the story. If you have a template that's only giving you a headline, you're going to try to put too much information into that headline. And it's just going to start looking like a paragraph. And what you really want to do is catch that visitor when they come to the page with double your traffic, lose 8 pounds in 7 days, whatever it is, right? And then fill that in with pre and sub headlines. I'll be perfectly frank with you. My template designers are template designers. Same at ClickFunnels, same at Lead Pages, meaning they're going to design really nice looking templates, but they don't always have all the fundamentals of direct response. It's our job to know that, oh, wow, they left out the guarantee on this page. Do you know that if they leave the guarantee out, it's very easy for us to forget to put a guarantee in? It happens to us every now and then. Somebody on the team will say, we have no testimonials and no guarantees. Well, that's because we just went down the line in the funnel, in the template. Is that making sense? Right? All right. Next. Johnson boxes are places where you list your bullets, right? But you put them in like a table with a nice bordered outline. And so you don't want to always just put your bullets anywhere on the page. You want to make sure they're in a Johnson box. So I've got some good news for you that many of you don't even may not know. Now in Groove, when you go into your templates and you know where you have your different blocks that you can drag over. Remember, we had our premium blocks and then we had the wireframes, you know, the ones without color. I don't know if you guys know, we have a new one now called direct response. I should have said this to you earlier. Everything that I'm teaching you is now a block that you can drag over. And yeah. We'll demo that for you later, or you can just pull that up and you can see this. So we now have, you know, those really direct response marketing guarantee seals and Johnson boxes and order bumps and what else do we have? Well, they're probably all here. Your bullets, all those different order sections, order buttons. Remember all the old school order buttons with what we know is the Belcher button? We have Belcher buttons for you. Everything like that you really need on your funnels and your one-click upsell pages are now blocks. So, you know, I'm very well aware that our designs in Groove are very brand specific. They make beautiful sites, but to do direct response marketing, if I'm teaching you this stuff and I'm telling you that, you know, you need an order button, needs a MasterCard and Visa seal, and it needs all these things you'll see when you open this up. You're gonna absolutely love it, because now you're gonna be able to take everything that I'm telling you that you need on your pages. You're gonna be able to get that done. Guys, how much time do I have left? Awesome. I'm gonna start going a little bit quicker because there's some really good stuff here that I don't want to miss. Bullets you want to have curiosity and self-sorting. Let me tell you, it's always easier when I give you an example of these different things. Curiosity in a bullet point is this. This would be a bullet point. Do testimonials on your webinar registration page, do they hurt conversions or help conversions? Find out on page 47. That is a powerful bullet, right? You will learn that on the webinar, right? That's curiosity. Oh, shoot, I have testimonials on my webinar registration page. Is it hurting conversions? I need to get on this webinar. You guys want the answer to that, by the way? It hurts conversions. Yeah. What you want to put on your webinar registration page is known as an author-specific bio. And what does that mean? If I'm teaching you about webinars, I need my bio to be specific about webinars. I was the creator of Webinar Jam, et cetera, right? You don't want to put that you climb Mount Everest if that has nothing to do with this particular topic. If you're going to be an expert, make your bio specific why they want to learn from you. As soon as you get a testimonial, consciously or subconsciously, the person that's registering is saying, I think they're trying to sell me something, because this person is saying, ever since I joined Leslie's course, they may not even pick up on it. It could be subconscious. Don't need testimonials on your webinar registration pages. Author-specific bios. Order recap boxes. Lost art of direct response marketing. This was a must. Let me ask you if you guys remember this, if you've been doing this for a long time. Remember when you bought something and it used to be that box that was dashed and it said, yes, it was a checkbox, unchecked. And it would say, yes, Mike, I want to learn how to double my traffic in the next 7 days with your easy to learn system. I'm excited to learn Facebook traffic, Instagram traffic. You would basically summarize the order in an order recap box and then have your order button right there. You know what the funnel templates give you in ClickFunnels and in GrooveFunnels? They just put a button on your page. In fact, our guys don't know what your order is, so they write your recap for you. But guess what you have in the direct response blocks now? You could drag over an order recap box and you can do that. This stuff is going to get you from good to great. The difference between being good and great is, like I said, just losing money on your ads to being able to spend $500 a day and make $1,500 a day. Do the math on that. You're doing almost $400,000 a year. And I think every single one of you would want to be able to do that. And it's very, very easy. You know what they always say? I tried Facebook and it didn't work for me. I tried pay-per-click and it didn't work for me. And I joke with people when I hear that. And I say, wait a second, you mean you gave Facebook $100 and they didn't give you the traffic? It's like, oh no, they They gave me the traffic. Oh, so Facebook works. We have a conversion problem, not a traffic problem. So if you're going to write something down from my presentation today, it's you have a conversion problem, not a traffic problem. The traffic is easy to get. Facebook, YouTube, Google, they don't discriminate. You give them $100, they're going to give you the same traffic they give me. The difference is if you're good, you're not going to do anything in this industry. If you're great, you're going to be known as the best expert in your industry. All right, and it's all about conversion. It's all about conversion. It's a lost art in our business. We are direct response marketers, number one. Am I getting through, right? You guys are liking this? All right. All right, I just lost my presentation. I must have pressed something. So I'm going to look here at the next slide. It said guarantee seal section. Again, when we get to our guarantees, there are 3 different types of guarantees, right? There's a risk guarantee, there's a no risk guarantee, and there's a risk reversal guarantee. One of the things I do when I talk with my friends like Alex Jeffries or anybody Alex was just at my house. He flew from San Diego, California to Florida just to have me go through his funnels. Among many different things, what I told Alex about his mastermind, thank you, that he's coming up with, thank you, Mike, is I said, you have a no risk guarantee. And he says, yeah, 100% no money back guarantee. I said, great, you need to make that a risk reversal guarantee. He said, what do you mean? I said, you need to tell people that if they go through your mastermind for $25,000, if it doesn't do everything that you're promising them, you're going to double their money back. You're going to give them, you'll write them a check for $50,000. Now, we can talk about all the different risks in doing that, but let me first talk about why that's effective. If I'm going to charge you $1,000 for a program, and I tell you in 8 weeks you're going to get these results, and if you don't get those results, I'm going to write you a check for $5,000. What goes through your head right there, right? This must really work, or this guy's going to be going broke, right? All right, it's not one thing to just tell somebody that they get their money back. That's not good enough. What about the time that I wasted going through this product to find out that it just didn't work, right? The results speak for themselves when I'm going to double your money back. And so how do you protect yourself there? And I mean this in a way that is not disingenuous. Who here believes that if somebody actually follows your program, they'll have success? And you better be raising your hands, right? Okay. Well, you simply say to them, if you do everything I tell you to do, because we know if you built the ad and you built the landing page and you just bought that $50 worth of traffic, like how could you have success if you actually don't do that, right? So you just tell them in your what's known as a performance guarantee that if you do everything there, and then if somebody says, hey, I want the audit, it's like, well, we said you needed to attend every session. You did or you didn't. Where's your landing page that you were supposed to build in Groove? Well, I was too busy, so well, you can get your money back. We have no problem giving you your money back. But the performance guarantee, how can you have success if you don't do what we tell you? And that helps the person understand all I need to do is do what they're telling me, and I'm going to have that success. All right? All right, moving on. Time out left? 7 minutes. All right. Hooks, frames, and offers. One of my favorite things here. What is a hook? Right? You've heard this before. You guys got to come up with a good hook. How do you hook these people? Right? There's many different ways, and I can do an entire seminar, a 3-day seminar on a hook. But let me give you the easiest way to do it. Okay? A hook. You hook people with something of great value that's free. All right? So your freemium is your hook. I'm not going to say I invented this stuff, but I've pioneered it. Everything I've ever done was based on giving something away for free. You guys remember butterfly marketing, any of you? Right? Butterfly marketing had a premise that said, give something of value so good away for free that it hurts, that it actually hurts to give it away for free. Give something of value that the people on your team are going to say, you can't give away Groove pages for free. And you're going to give away 3 custom domains, and now you want to give away Groove Sell, and we're not going to charge anything for it, right? By giving something away for free, that becomes your hook. That literally becomes so easy to talk about on video, right? Hi, I'm Mike Filsaime, and because of this, we're giving you this for free. All you need is a little bit more to sell them something. We have over 600, I don't know, I stopped counting at 500, and when I get to 1 million, I'll let you know. But we have something like 650,000 users of Groove, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Thank you. You know, 93% of them have never paid us a penny, and that's totally okay with us. Some of them are in this room. That's totally okay with us because they're out there also spreading the word. They may buy from us in the future. They may buy a GrooveZilla in the back of the room for 20 bucks. Who bought a GrooveZilla so far? Maybe we didn't tell you. By the way, we're selling GrooveZillas back there for 20 bucks. And that G light that you see back there, you could take one home with you as well. Scarcity, there's only 20. What was I saying? Freemium, right. Selling, giving something away for free, it creates buzz. I remember when we gave Groove away for free, April 7th of 2020, there were people in the competitive forum saying, this sounds too good to be true. Something's up. I have to go check this out. And they came back, no, sure enough, it was free. I'm surprised. I don't know what their motto is, you know, or what their mission is. Well, we have other products to sell, right? We're building a brand. We can dominate the market by getting leads. First time I remember seeing something from a company called Auto Response Plus. It said the average visitor comes to your website 5 to 7 times before they buy. Stop trying to sell them on giving you money. Sell them on giving you their name and email address. I think we all understand that. That's the start of a funnel. But let me give it to you in a way that you understand. If they give you their name and email address and you treat them with respect, you own them for life in a good way. They can come to your live events because you can communicate with them. Try to make the sale. Well, a 1% chance you're wasting 99% of your JV traffic. 99% of your advertising is just going by the way of the wind. And you can make a lot of money with a 1% conversion, but focus on getting their name first. That's the first thing. In Butterfly Marketing, we said a couple of things. We're going to give something away for value for free. We're going to make that person an instant affiliate. We're going to offer them an upsell. And on the members area, we're going to give them tools to promote the product instantly without having to sign up to become an affiliate. And they'll get a lower percentage rate if they didn't take the upsell. And if they do take the upsell, we double their affiliate commission. And we tell them, by the way, people are making a lot of money by giving this free stuff away for free. You might want to consider upgrading because we're going to double your commission. Does that sound familiar at all? Butterfly Marketing works right out of the box with Groove with our automations. You guys can do that. I probably got about 2 minutes left. The freemium should be useful but incomplete and also lead to the next step in the sales process. All of this stuff sounds like it makes sense, and I like to make it make a little bit more sense. What does useful but incomplete mean? Very simple. I'm going to give you the I have something called the 5 laws of a successful webinar, right? So in the 5 laws of a successful webinar, law number 1 is to increase the registration rate. So I can give something away for free, a 5-part video course, 10 minutes each, that's going to teach you how to increase registrations on your webinar page. And let's face it, who wouldn't want that, right? I'm going to show you how to write better headlines, talk to you about not to use testimonials, use author-specific bios, all of these different things. Well, after you go through that course, or not even, the second that you sign up for that, I could say to you, hi, thank you so much for requesting how to increase registrations. Do you know that that is part of law number 1 that I call the 5 laws of a successful webinar? Law number 2 teaches you how to increase show rate because it doesn't matter if they register if they don't show up. So I'm going to show you how to double the show rate. Law number 3 talks about the stick rate. It's one thing if they get on the webinar, but if they don't stay to your offer, then it doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you some things that you can do to make sure people stay on your webinar. Law number 4 teaches you how to close them at the end of your webinar. And law number 5 shows you how you can double your profits on a webinar after the webinar is over. So if you want the other 4, click here to buy them for only X amount of dollars, right? So I used a hook that was useful but incomplete. You're very happy. You said, okay, I'll take loan number 1 for free. That's okay. That's very useful for me, but it's incomplete. So you want to be able to make sure the premium is useful, but incomplete. I think my time is wrapping up. I'm gonna go with this story here real quick. And I'm gonna talk about what a frame. And that humans are hardwired for story. Time's up. I'm gonna go for 2 minutes here. Humans are hardwired for stories, right? When we go back to, I'm not talking caveman time. I'm talking Little House on the Prairie. There was, forget internet, there was no radio, there was no even, maybe they had a couple of books. Laura Ingalls maybe had a couple of books. But what were books? Stories, right? We're hardwired for these things. Dad used to sit around, tell us stories about our ancestors and look up at the sky, and that's why all the religions looked up into the sky and thought these were the ancestors and things like that. So if I say something to you like, let me tell you a little story. Just by me saying that, everybody's attention goes, we're hardwired for these things. So your job is to have a frame to tell a story about your product. The story is the Brazilian nut, acai berry, that's found here and, it was hidden for thousands of years. And then when it was figured out, it has all of these stuff. That's the frame, right? That's the frame. So Antiques Roadshow. You guys familiar with the Antiques Roadshow? Right? When they're bringing things up, they bring the next thing up and they say to the people, all right, so you have a desk here. How much do you think this is worth? I don't know. We were hoping maybe to get $500, $1,000 for it. My father said it had something to do with John F. Kennedy. Well, would you be interested to know that this is the long lost desk that was at Camp David? It was John Kennedy's desk that he used to use when he was on vacation. And after he was assassinated, things happened very, very quick. And Lyndon Johnson moved in and they moved stuff out. How did your father get this desk? Well, he used to work at Camp David and they were giving away different stuff and he was able to take this desk home. Well, we've been looking for this desk for the last 50 years. What if I was able to tell you that this desk will probably go for about $250,000, right? That's a frame. We put a frame around that desk. At the end of the day, it's just wood and metal and screws, right? It's not intrinsically, it's not worth anything more than any other desk that was built at that time. But now this has a story behind it. And I wish I had a little more time to close on this point, but I'm gonna just close with this. Do you know why the Mona Lisa, literally framing, talk about framing. Has anybody ever seen this thing at the, what is it, Champs-Elysees? I don't know what it is. The Louvre, right? This thing is in bulletproof glass and like there's ropes around it. You can't even get to it. Do you know why the Mona Lisa is the Mona Lisa? Anybody know the story to this? Here's the story right here. The top left box right there shows when the painting was stolen. It was just another Leonardo da Vinci painting. That doesn't mean anything. But can anybody name another Leonardo da Vinci painting? Maybe some of you can, I can't, right? Maybe 2 or 3, right? But he's had hundreds, right? The Last Supper, yeah, of course, right? It was just at a museum, wasn't even roped up off, it was right there. There was something about this painting when it was stolen. Somebody hid in a closet when they were closing. He had a long coat, he stuck it in his coat, and he left with the painting. The story became that there was a painting by Leonardo da Vinci that I almost said DiCaprio that was stolen, and that's the story when it was found back in the top right corner. But every single journalist was trying to describe this smile, and they couldn't describe it. It's a smile without a smile. It was a half smile, and it was one of those things that you have to see. And then later, the guy tried to sell it and he got busted and it was recovered. That's the story that it was found. Bottom left corner, it's now back on display. The entire world came to see this painting. And today it's known as the Mona Lisa. If that painting was never stolen, it would just be another painting by Leonardo da Vinci. Our job is to create that Antiques Roadshow Mona Lisa backstory about why your product is important. Part 2 coming in a couple of days. Thanks, guys.
All right. Amazing, right? So who here wants to pay really close attention to every speaker we have so that you can take a trip to Paris and go to the Louvre and check out the Mona Lisa? Just saying. As always, take good care of yourselves. We're going to take a 10-minute break. You do not want to miss the next session. 10 minutes only. Please be back in your seats. And we'll start up right again. Let's do it.
I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groovester, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me to bust loose and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams, bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Who knows who I am? 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Never let it go. Rise up and be bold. There's magic in the air. I feel it everywhere. I've got my groove on. Who knows who I am? 'Cause now is the time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Time to bust the move. Dance to your own beat. The groove where life is oh so sweet. Groove has got my back. Groove is there for me. There's magic in my mind. I'm grooving all the time. Groove, 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 groove. I'm grooving. 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 I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groovester, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. 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 I'm grooving.
You fixing something?
I love the shoes.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. We gotta test the mics real quick. Yeah, but Mike and Michael are presenting.
Yeah.
Grab a seat, please. Let's take a seat.
Okay.
Grab a seat. You guys don't want to miss a minute of this. Settle in, please. Grab a seat. All right. As we're settling in, remember, do we think here? Check. Is just my. Oh, it's louder than the mic. 1, 2, check, check. Now. 1, 2, check, check. They call me James, loves my game. Okay. I will do that rap maybe. They might talk me into it. I might. I was the first white rapper 5 years before Vanilla Ice. No kidding. And maybe later I'll prove it. Okay. So one quick little detail.
Yeah.
Our swipe machines are arriving later. If you're trying to get those awesome groove lights right that you see right there in the back next to that gorgeous woman, or one of the Groovezillas, you can actually order it on your phone. Just go to GrooveKon.com/bookstore, pay for it on your phone, and pick it up. Otherwise, you can grab it later on when we get the swipe machine, be by the end of the day. Hey, Donna? Correct. Okay. Awesome. So let's get ready. Now, this is going to be a little special for us. As promised earlier today by Mike Long, we're going to get some incredible information from Dan Anton and Greg Morrison. But to make that happen, we're actually going to invite a gentleman to join us here on stage who at the beginning of COVID decided, you know what? I need to start an agency to help some people out there. So many people are struggling. So many people are suffering. And he went from zero to doing $125,000 a month right now, 75% of that profit. Marketing. See, we want to learn something. Does that make sense? And to help him out, the legendary Monetizing Traffic Live. So we're going to get Mike Long and Michael Tessalona up here through this process, take us on a little bit of a journey. Mike is yours.
Cheapy videos here for me. This is the greatest risk in show business. This is the most nervous I'll be this whole time. So here we go. So here we are, monetizing traffic. We're at GrooveKon. We are 2 speeches in. How many people genuinely feel like your trip is already worth it? Just raise your hand. Like, let people know. Jason Calori, right? Storm the stage, Jonathan. And now we're going to take the next level. But that really means a lot to me. What I want to do is pull up somebody to the stage really quickly. Michael and I know very well. His name is Billy Valentino. He's been Brian's director for the last 25 years. And he read my book. We met through kind of strange circumstances. He read my book. He really liked it. He approached me with the idea of turning it into like a TV show. And we got to work on that. And it led to something that is really nifty for people at this event. Because part of what many of you are going to be able to do is go through, we have these nifty topics here for the Holy Grail webinar workshop. We did this in conjunction with Mike Filsaime. Mike Filsaime is extremely generous. It's a 5-webinar, it's like a TV show, like a 5-webinar episode series. Mike Filsaime, Machine Gun Mike, actually appeared in every single one of the episodes, which was awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Billy Valentino. He created this whole webinar workshop that so many of you guys are going to be able to take advantage from. Billy, come on up. Give a round of applause. So much. You've had such an incredible career. It's involved, spanned Saturday Night Live, all kinds of crazy stuff that you've done. 25 Brian, why the heck would you want because Michael does so much to symbolize, what we are and what's going on. And you flew to Florida multiple times on your own dime, put yourself up. I mean, this isn't like we didn't get funded. Conan O'Brien met with me twice about it. What made you so excited about Michael Tessalona?
Well, first, Mike, thanks for having me up here, and you as well, Michael. Like Mike said, we met at a friend's house a couple of years ago, and we started talking, and he was telling me about what he does, and I said, "Wow, that's really fascinating and really interesting." I said, "But I bet you, Joe Schmo doesn't know what any of this is." I said, "Wouldn't it be cool if we took some of the stuff that you did and make a TV show out of it?" And he's like, "Well, that's a really great idea." So we started brainstorming. We've come up with a couple of ideas, and then he brought me and he introduced me to Michael. And
because you saw the whole journey.
We saw the whole journey. Yeah, I mean,
beginning product, the whole thing.
Beginning, yeah. And he started. It was much smaller, and I just watched it build and build and build and build, and all these great products and all the roads and the maps and everything. It's just really amazing what these two gentlemen have done. And I just say, listen to what they have to say. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Coming from Billy. Billy, thank you so much. Hey. Extraordinarily generous of Billy to take that. All right. So, by the way, thanks to Agent Regina, they're taking care of science, getting out of the way, and doing so much behind the scenes. Of course, our whole team here, Mike Jones, has been awesome, and we're going to continue to work on making this audio incredible. So we're going to get into some real science here, Michael. This is Michael Tessalona. I wanted, you got kind of a double introduction there. I spoke about Michael earlier today. Michael's genuinely one of my friends. We played Dungeons and Dragons together. Jason Clory too. I'm not one of these guys who just throws around, I'm friends with this, I'm friends with that. I don't do that stuff. But Michael is somebody that is uniquely special in the entire internet marketing world. He's a true, what do they call it? Like a unicorn or whatever it's supposed to be, a flying rainbow unicorn. Michael, in a good way, that's all, if you want flying rainbow unicorns, if you're in the market, right? And what Michael is a single human being who knows and has done basically at a mastery level every single step in what amounts to a business in a box. So what did Ray Kroc do when he invented McDonald's? Was he described to people how to make a restaurant that had many advantages for shoppers, right? There was a market out there. He ignored the competition. He said, "Hey, I don't care about Riverside Diner or whoever is whoever. I'm going to make McDonald's, and I'm going to make a business in a box." Does everyone know what a business in a box is? Raise your hand, right? The idea, and it's a business in a box. And the owners they pay their $1 million, right? Yeah. And the owners get trained to do every step in that process, beginning with Ray Kroc and then hand it out to his people. You pay $1 million for it, and you got a franchise. You're around $2 million a year, probably make $100K in profit. Good deal. After 10 years, you've paid off your loan and you own a McDonald's, and that's cool, right? So Michael joined OMG, paid his $8,000, joined OMG just like Mohammadi. He joined about a year before Mohammadi did, about a year before Megan did. And somehow Michael became the perfect prototype, the single perfect prototype. This doesn't really happen in football. There's no player in football that can just play every position. Does that make sense? And kick and punt and everything, right? But Michael can do all those things for this particular business that we're going to explain to you. We're going to describe to you how you become an explosively powerful one-man gang digital marketing agency specializing in SEO, leveraging our ridiculously powerful, and we will show you how powerful it is starting now, software, underground software. We have the inventor of the software here all the way from Bulgaria. Greg Morrison designed it. We have several video segments to share with you. I'm going to stick to the hour limit. If we have to pops this over to Michael's. Michael has a full speech again tomorrow. And thank you, Michael, for doing this again. And Anton got taken out with travel restrictions. So Michael's been really generous to come and backup quarterback. He can not just quarterback, but backup quarterback too. That's pretty great. Michael, we're about to, how many people here suspect that there's some sleazy marketing agencies out there? Like raise your hand if you suspect.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I got everybody.
We call them big agency.
Yeah, there's a lot of big bad agencies out there, and they're signing up. They're signing up people left and right. They've got these giant team. Can you guys hear me? By the way, is the microphone, the audio? And it's coming out sometimes. All right. So I'm just going to try to just project a little bit more.
Was the handheld working better? What if we cut his thing and we just pass the mic? Yeah. Okay, let's cut your thing and pass the mic.
All right.
I think that's wise. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Josh and Mike Jones are going to really work hard behind the scenes.
All right, great. Oh, so the audio, so this, you guys can hear me all right. Yeah. Yeah, no, so there's all these agencies out there. It's actually interesting because I was in Las Vegas last week with my business partner, Eric. We work with a lot of home contractors, like HVAC guys and, plumbers, things like that. So there was a big conference last week, and we're going to show you guys a video. We're going to show you, and the company in this video, they actually had a booth there at the event.
So this is a big agency.
It's a giant agency. They've got thousands customers out there, and it's a shame. It's a crying shame because they're doing a huge disservice to all of their clients. They're having their clients pay them hundreds of dollars each month. And the idea is that, okay, well, we'll send reports, we'll make believe like we're doing a good job, and we'll keep them for years. And so we actually have, well, we'll get to this, but, you have businesses that sign up with these agencies. They'll spend tens of thousands of dollars through that relationship. And that's not even the worst part. The tens of thousands of dollars that they're spending, that are flushing down the toilet, that's not the worst part. The worst part is the opportunity cost. Because if people are teaming up with folks who actually have a good product, the upside is just so monumental. They could have done so much better over that period of time, and they're really losing out on that. So I think maybe we can hop into these videos.
Yeah, let me set this. That was a great point. Michael's father is one of these people. His father is a home contractor. He'll get into that tomorrow. He really knows this world. These are great people that he's serving. We have an incredible recording. Who really wants to be a fly on the wall just for a few seconds and know who these big agency people really are? You want to know who your competition really is? Do you really want to know? Because we got the insider stuff. What if we got the CEO caught on tape telling you who they really are? You want to see that? Michael and his partner Eric captured this for us. What this is, what you're about to see, is literally the owner of this agency was so pissed off that a customer was going to leave her tender care for Michael and Eric that she took the time and said, oh, I want to get on a Zoom with these guys and confront you about what a bad choice you'd be making. And you're going to see what she said, what happened. I'll tell you right now, the customer did go with them. You're going to find out the results. It's pretty exceptional. Mike, would you please play that, or can you just handle it from here?
Step that we've went through has been the right order of elements. I'm going to go back to the 12 steps. And just pull this up. This is what we covered a year ago, and this is what we've done since then. No change in plans. The reason that we follow this system is because it works. One, focusing on your website, the technology behind it, brand. Two, and then content, creating those pages for each individual service you sell in the that allows us to get everything into the file system, Then implementing our conversion systems, that's the online scheduling, that's your chatbot. Then concentrating on fixing all your local directories and local listings, that's in the folder as well. This is the piece that we struggled with getting implemented the most, which was Nearby Now, to try and get that launched and get you guys up and running, getting those reviews that are posted on the site with SEO value. I don't know if we did social for you, but next, and technically search engine optimization is the sum of your effectiveness in all these areas. If you buy a website and go straight after SEO, you lose. It doesn't work that way. Every one of these elements plays a role in the fact that every single page we've put on your website is now on page 1 of Google. Now we have to optimize it. This is content marketing. No different than if you were to throw money at pay-per-click, which I have never recommended in any conversation we've had previously. Your cost per click, your cost for your impressions when your domain authority is low, your cost is high, impressions are low. So working on domain authority and getting that up, that's going to help you have a lower cost per click, higher impressions, less cost per conversion. As your website now is sitting in the position it is, the effectiveness of a pay-per-click campaign launched today would be significantly more effective than 6 months ago because your domain authority is higher, you're stronger as a whole. Does that make sense?
Better quality score, right.
So technically, you are sitting in step 9, which is a revisiting content marketing. This is the content marketing from an authority standpoint, conversion rate optimization, building assets on those pages, so that all of the work that it's taken to be in the top 10 of 40.6 million other pages now starts to pay off. And our goal is to make sure that that's in place by summer.
Okay,
That's
I think that
So
wraps
if
it
you're
up.
going to do anything different, I just don't want you to veer from that strategy because it's working.
I understand completely what you're saying. My frustration, I guess, has been time, and maybe there's a resolution to that. And I understand SEO is a process. I thought the SEO would be a shorter process. We're ranking fairly well in Stewart. Stewart has an extremely small population. What about the rest of Martin County? What about North Park?
All right, I've got a bit of news for you here. So Mike came up to me and had a great idea. Mike Filsaime. We think that we can make a significant improvement to the audio. Does that sound good to everybody? So what we're gonna do? Let me pay this off just a little bit, and then we're gonna send you off to lunch, and then be back here. We'll finish things. We may repeat some of this stuff, but I want to pay this off. Not working at all. I'll project as much as I can. Michael, Planko with.
That.
But then, how much?
Yeah.
Opportunity. You want to come back and find out how to do that? Okay, we'll explain it. We're going to show you the work. We're going to show you the steps.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you some instructions real quick. We have 90 full minutes. So what time is it right now? 12:20. So 90 minutes means it's going to be 2, right? We'll go 12:20, 1:20, right? And then another half an hour, 1:50. 10 minutes to 2. Back in the seats. We're starting at 10 minutes to 2. You do not want to miss how this all went down. Enjoy your lunch.
I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm moving all the time. No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groovester, yes I am. With groove, I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. scene.